Hey, what's up everybody? Harpo Dog Games here, and I'm here to show you my lightray deck profile. You might have seen it, or you might not have, in YGO Cruiser's video where I dueled him. I won 2-0, but I mean, this deck's just got really good consistency, and it does really well. So here's basically the rundown of it. I run one Arcus. He's a name. He is a target for Lumina. Excuse me. He's all in all really good because say he's out on the field and you have Lumina and Lila and you're going up against Dragon Rollers. They go first turn Big Eye. They can't take your monsters. They go first turn Dracosack. They can't pop your monsters. Fate can still banish you, but Fate's an ass, so we aren't going to talk about Fate. All in all, this deck's got really an amazing lineup against most things in the meta, but let's keep going on with the deck profile. 2 Card Trooper, because Card Trooper just milling in your main phase is incredibly derpy. You just go mill off. It's just consistent. Every deck has to run it that runs lightsworns. Um, 1 Celestia. I wish I could run more, but I just don't run enough targets, I guess. Or so it's just too slow. I'll just leave it at that. Um, Plus it's another name. 1 Eren and 1 Garoth. Names level 4s. Just all in all really good. Gores. I know a lot of people have stopped running Gores because of Big Eye and all that, but I mean, I think Gores is still Gores. It's mandatory in most decks. If you want to take it out for something else, go ahead. I mean, it's up to you, but this is just what I run. Honest, it's a staple. 1 Jane, because Jane is all in all just a really good card. People think like Thunder King is gonna stop this deck, and granted, Thunder King hurts this deck a lot, but Jane will get over Thunder King and just allow you to go off. Um, and if they max Seer Veiler, he is a level 4 light, which lets you go into Starliege Polydynamo, which is, currently at the moment, probably my favorite card. Um, Triple Judgment Dragon. I'm running a lightsworn engine. If I wasn't running Judgment Dragon, I would be pretty stupid. Um, lightray Daedalus. This card is just so incredibly derpy. It's not even funny. Um, if you don't know his effect, I'll go over it quickly. You can only special summon him if you have 4 more light monsters in your grave. Once per turn, you can target a field and 2 other cards on the field, and just pop them all. So this also combos well with Gear Town if you want to run another build. But the main thing is he's a level 7, so that means you can just, as long as you've waited pretty much after your first turn, you can go into Big Eye, you can go into Dracosack. It's just stupid stuff like that. The second best one in the deck, second best Lightray Diablos. He is, well, I'll go over his effect. He's another level 7 light, so another honest target. 2800, which is really big. That's high enough to get over Garunix. Um, Cannot be normal summoned or set like the rest of them. You have to have 5 or more light monsters in your graveyard with different names. That slows it down, but since you're already getting enough names in with Judgment Dragon, I think Diablos is fine. I think running him at 3 is, I would not run less. I would not, I just think it's good. His effect, though, really, it's good in a slower meta, but this one's not that good. It's once per turn, you can banish a light monster from your grave to target one set card your opponent controls, reveal it, and then either put it on the top or bottom of their deck. But, I mean, what deck's really set in the meta right now? I mean, Evil Swarms will set Infestation, but, I mean, they can chain that, and it doesn't really matter. By the way, Evil Storms destroy this deck. There's nothing you can do to stop Evil Storms in this deck. I mean, besides Raikou, obviously. One lightray Gearfried, because he's pretty much a Shien, but he has to have 5 or more in the grave, just like Diablos, which, is good, but you can only control light warriors if you want to use his effect. He's also a level 8, which throws off the synergy this deck has, but you can overlay it with Judgment Dragon if you're going to deck out and you're in a really bad spot. But all in all, I think 1 is fine. I wouldn't run 2. I wouldn't cut him. I think because I've tried everything, I just think keeping him at 1 is good. 2 Lumina. I think Lumina is good, but I mean people are maining 3 Veilers, 3 Maxis. I think 2 is just good to keep her at. Um, I just it's a good card. Uh, 2 Lila. Nobody's setting a lot of back row, and like Pandemic, everything is chainable that they do set. I mean, granted, rogue decks, but I mean, this deck handles them pretty well on their own. You get to mill 3 in the end phase, which I mean, it's good. Just most lightsworns. My tech choices. I run 2 Magical Merchant because I only run 5 spells and 3 traps. So I'm usually just gonna get to mill off a bunch of stuff. So I mean, you can if you mill off Wolf, you get Wolf's effect too. So I mean, you just go crazy. And after that, if you mill off a bunch and you end up with like a Charge of the Light Brigade or Solar Recharge, it's just like you're set. There's nothing they can do to stop you. 2 Necro Gardener. I don't run 3. I needed to cut it down to 40 cards. I think 2 is fine because you aren't defending a lot. You've got all the big beefy monsters, and it's good. 2 Raikou. I think 2 is fine. Raikou's slow. You have to set him. Same with Magical Merchant. But, I mean, he's good against Ophion. But, I mean, the rest of the stuff in the meta, you can just run over. There's nothing that stops you. So, 2 Raikou's fine. 2 Cephalons. I think you should not run 3. You should not run 1. I think 2 is just about perfect because if you run 3, you're going to dead draw in the beginning. And if you run 1, you might not dead draw it or you just mill it off. I mean, it's 4,000. There's nothing you can do about it. Plus, if people don't know what it does, you can, or some people will Valor it, most people won't, but, I mean, even if they draw Max C, they're going to draw a card. But if they don't draw Honest, or if they're playing Boojins and draw Boojin Crane, or Triple Kalute, they aren't getting over Cephalon. Cephalon is the biggest, beefiest guy I love. I'll just go over the rest quickly. Card Destruction, Staple in Lightsworns, Charge, Staple in Lightsworns, Triple Solar Recharge, Staple in Lightsworns, 2 Beckoning Light, card wins so many games, it's not even funny. 1 Breakthrough Skill. I love Breakthrough Skill because if you mill it, then you can just banish it and shut down all their cards that are just pissing you off. Side deck, I run 2 Concentrated Light for Evil Swarms, 2 Veiler, because, I mean, Veiler is good. Plus, these are both lights, so you get another name. 2 Max C, because it's good. The Trinity, people might be wondering, why don't you main these? I mean, if I was going to main any of them, I'd main Heavy Storm, because if you didn't summon stuff correctly, Monster Reborn can be dead. It's still a good card. Play it if you want. Heavy Storm, not a lot of back row going around. And Dark Hole, Dark Hole I would main it. It's up to you. 2 Space, just side it. 2 Curse of Darkness, my favorite card, just against spellbooks. Each time a spell card is activated, the controller of the spell card takes 1,000 points of damage. My secret weapon, nobody sees it coming. Double Rivalry, because, it's okay. I like it. Against rogue decks, you can just set up, say, like, I'm going to keep Daedalus out on the field, or Cephalon. What are you going to do to get around it, honestly? Cowboy, because wins games. Sun Dragon, because you can make it Laval all chain. Card's amazing. You can take out Levier. I don't find it all too useful, but it's in there just in case. One Maystroke. Maystroke is good because you can sit on him, you can flip their cards, but he's not my favorite. I would much rather go for this guy, Paludynamo. But Draco Sack and Big Eye because you can make him ridiculously easy. Both of these are level 7s. Leviathan if you just want to get a 25 beater and dump a lightsworn. Utopia, Black Ship of Corn, Poppy, Dual Paludynamo because this card, it's just amazing. They summon Draco Sack. I'm going to make Paludynamo, give you a zero attack Draco Sack with no effect. Cool. Then I'm going to punch you in the face for 2,000. GG. One Cannon, Gustav Max, because you make him with the Cephalons, and one Zenmains. Zenmains, just whatever. All in all, this is my deck. I love it. I think it's crazy. It's consistent. Feel free to make any changes or suggest anything you would personally change about it. Anyways, that's it. My name's Harper Dog Games, and I'm signing out. Peace.